Hey guys, Stephen Tony here, and I am back with a new video. And this one is going to be the finale in my Spagvember Fest 2023 journey. I usually often stop the fest the day after Thanksgiving, mainly just because Christmas is my favorite time of year, and I always throw myself headfirst into the season. It is my absolute favorite time of year. So this is going to be the final video for the fest. And without further ado, I'll show you the last bunch of films I watched. Okay, the first one is the 1970-71 film Matalo, which is actually a remake of a Western from 1966-67 called Dio Non Paga El Sabato, or Kill the Wickeds, as it's known here in the States and in the UK. This version is a more trippy take on the story. Basically, the plot's the same. A bandit is about to be hung in a town for his crimes. He gets saved, screws over his rescuers, and kills them, and then teams up with his buddies to rob a stagecoach full of gold. And then there's all this craziness in a ghost town where they have to deal with its soul stir crazy resident and two unfortunate passerbys who just happen upon them. Yeah, this is a really interesting one, I will happen to say. It's a little more style over substance than what I normally enjoy in these westerns, but it's still a very neat film to look at. The visuals are still very impressive enough to keep you enthralled. It is, very psychedelic in points. In fact, a guy who reviewed this film on the Spaghetti Western database actually dubbed it John Ford on an acid trip. And I do have to agree with that on many levels. It does have that Ford ambition, that Ford drive, but it is also like, whoever made the film was like, high on drugs. So I'm actually not going to go full on into this. I have a video planned for next week where I'll be talking about this film and Kill the Wicked, and the differences and similarities. So stay tuned for that. But I will most certainly say that this is a must see, even if only once and merely as a curio. It is definitely worth looking at. Okay, and the next one is Thompson 1880. This film was from 1965, I think, 65 or 66. Yeah, and it's a fairly average western, but it is highly fun and enjoyable. It takes the traditional western story trope of a guy taking over a town and just simply transporting it over to the the Italian side of filmmaking. Um, it hasn't got too much spectacular for it. It does have many familiar faces. George Martin plays the lead role. Might know him from the Rango films and a couple other flicks, and it also has American strongman actor Gordon Mitchell in one of his early Western roles. He has more of an extended cameo in this, but he does do a great job in that cameo, and also in the film playing a good guy is General Hugo Jose Bodello himself. I'm like, yeah, he actually plays a good guy in this film. Yeah, it's probably a little cliche in spots with the story, but it is still very well done. You know, it's engaging. It's not boring. You're rooting for Martin's character and also the character played by J.J. Sandri, who's the leading lady. If you will, and you like despise the villain and his henchmen. So yeah, a fairly average western, but it's still fun. It's still fun. I mean, if you're interested, in a more typical style western story, then definitely go with this one here. Okay, and the next film I watched is Hands Up, Dead Man, You're Under Arrest. This was a big surprise for me. This is an early 70s one. It came out just sort of in between the period when the film started taking a more comedy turn, and it is a well crafted and executed story and film. Yeah, basically, Peter Lee Lawrence plays a guy who starts out as a medic in the Confederate army in the Civil War, and he watches in horror as this crazy Union officer starts killing the surrendering Confederate soldiers, and the crazy Union officer is wounded. But Lawrence never forgets his face. And once the war is finished, he decides to use his newfound gun skills, thanks to a friend. He decides to use them in the burgeoning Texas Rangers, and is soon sent undercover in his old hometown to weed out a land time grabbing scheme, which he happens to find out is headed by the crazed union officer. Yeah, I enjoyed this. Um, it's not at the same pace as most of these, 90 to 95-minute ones are, but it's still engaging and it's still not boring in any place. I was rather surprised that actually that the Texas Rangers were featured entity in this um, type of film. Normally, the spaghetti westerns only had the Rangers in mention only, or they were sort of like minor characters. But here they're front and center, played by Lawrence, and this sort of semi-forgotten Spanish actor, Espartaco Santoni, who was something of a play. Whoa, 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 yeah, guys, whoa! I like leave like that. I like leave that one for free there. As razor wire, I'd say in some of his stuff, yeah, yeah, but yeah, Santoni was something of a playboy. He was, when compared to some other actor who was similar in personality, but for some reason their name isn't coming to me. But he actually co-produced this film as well as co-starred. And he and Lawrence actually play off each other well. And Western regular Aldo Sembrell actually plays the main bad guy here, and he does it well. Like, he really impressed me. Like, yeah, he's mainly in either uniform or a suit in this, and not the typical outlaw garb we were used to him being in when he was in the main baddies gang. But he is still quite good in this. I do recommend anyone to see Get Out. The Blu-ray from Explosive Media is really spot on and good here. Okay, and next up is the ultra unusual. My Name is Shanghai Joe. This one is a real oddity to me, I have to admit. It is quite good for the most part. The opening scene in San Francisco almost gives you a hint that it's going to be something completely weird, but as it progresses, it ends up being really good. It's a little too violent, I have to admit, in certain spots. Even though with the restoration from a cauldron, you can kind of tell when things are faked, but like it just like like knowing like what it's supposed to be is still kind of gross. so 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 yeah. So yeah, like I mean, I'm not too into the overhyped violence myself, honestly, but it's not bad. Like it is not bad at all. Oh, like yeah. I do know a lot of fans grabbed the now long out of print Quality East Blu-ray, but I think Cauldron has a much superior Blu-ray of it out. And I do highly recommend picking it up. And this slip box here is really nice. It's like really well made and thick. Like I mean like like there, is actually some weight to it, even with the case out of it. Yes, and that's Shanghai Joe there. Okay, next up is a sort of guilty pleasure for me, and this is uh, the Dead Don't Cotton Dollars, aka Death at Owl Rock. Again, it's an average one. Out of nothing too spectacular. Again, nothing. Again, nothing too spectacular in visuals, but like still a fairly well crafted story, and it is well executed. Yeah, the man behind the film actually is Ricardo Freda, who is more known for his horror films and his thrillers, and of course being the mentor to Mario Bava. And his sole outing in the genre is fun. It is a fun one. He did do a good job. Even though he was a bit more influenced under the American style storytelling of it. He still manages to make it good. I find this one entertaining, and of course Mark Damon is great in his part, in the film. I do have a video out where I go more into the film, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box. So yes, a fun one, definitely worth checking out if you want to give it a shot. Okay, and to wrap up the fest, like this is actually a film I ended with every year, and it is A Pistol for Ringo. Now, the main reason I end this with the fest every year is because it takes place during the Christmas season, and the film also served as my intro into the Christmas season, and I just love it. Like it is it does feel somewhat underrated to me. This Ringo film. I mean, it is a blast. It's got a good story to it. It's got great characters. And it actually feels a little like the film classic Die Hard. It's got that similar setting. You know, the bad guys are held up somewhere with like a hostage, with hostages, trying to make their escape. And an unlikely hero goes in to get the hostages out out. Yeah, Giuliano Gemma's Ringo is a little bit more selfish and cynical than Bruce Wallace's John McClane, but he still does get the job done in many aspects of the character and story. And it was also the debut of Fernando Sancho's burly, laughing Mexican bandit character that he would reinvent over and over again throughout the films of his career, and in a very surprising performance for me at least is the Spanish actress Neves Navarro, who plays Sancho's girlfriend in this. I was really fascinated by her character in the film. She was in this mix of elegant femininity and and pure uh, 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 frontier toughness. Yeah, she was a real surprise. I just love the that's one so much. Like it is a real fun time for me. I never tire of watching it. I do watch this every year now for the holidays. So yeah, and that will do it for this year's fest and for the Dust video. I want to thank everyone for checking out these videos. Thank you for sharing in this journey with me. Now, I won't be doing this fest every year on the channel. I did it this year mainly to give y'all an idea of what it's about and also to see if it would inspire anyone to maybe try it themselves in 2024. I'll definitely talk about like next year the nowhere films I watch. If there's any thing I haven't seen this year or last year that I haven't spoken of already, I will definitely speak of next year. Again, it'll mainly be on new releases from the genre. There's um, the only film I missed getting for this year was Red Blood Yellow Gold, which came out on Blu-ray from Explosive Media on November the 8th. Yeah, I had really wanted to pick it up for the fest, but I just didn't think it would arrive in time for me to actually, sit down and watch it for it. So that'll definitely be one I'll speak of, on the channel next year. So yes, again, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button. Leave a comment if you want to, and please hit that and please hit that excuse me. Please hit the notification bell if you haven't subscribed already. Okay, guys. Th- th- thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.